I don't think people realize how much the way they're brought up affects the way they deal with trauma, or they deal with depression, or the way they, you know, they can be part of someone else's problem even. And so I think just kind of looking back and having some introspection and recognizing, well, my parents dealt with things like this, or they treated me like this, and understanding how that's affected your disposition can help you change your way of doing things. And music has really helped me sort some of those things out in my head. Unlike a physical injury where you know what you have to do to take care of it, I broke my hand, I have to go, you know, I broke my wrist recently, I knew exactly what I had to do. I had to go to the doctor, I had to get x-rays, I had to get the best surgeon, I had to take care of it, and I knew within a certain amount of time it was going to be better. Unfortunately, things like depression aren't that easy, but there is ways you can get help, and you shouldn't be afraid to seek professional help. Psychology and your chemistry of your mind is a science, it really is. And not everybody's exactly the same, but there are a lot of steps that you can take to get better. And I think that's the most important thing for people to realize, that you shouldn't be ashamed to see someone, to maybe get medication, depression medication. If you have a chemical imbalance, that's just a physical ailment like anything else. Therapy to help you think of better ways of getting out of your state of negative thoughts. I think nobody really thinks that they could ever be like one of those people until they are, and I think that's something to remember. That's important, that it doesn't make you weird, or it can be so many things that trigger a feeling of despair or depression that at any time in your life. And I've recently been through some traumatic stuff that made me feel a way that I never thought I could. I always thought it was those other people like that that could be that way, and you start to have feelings that you didn't think were possible. And ironically, depressing, aggressive, negative music has almost made me feel better. And a lot of people wouldn't want to believe that, and throughout the years there's been a lot of attention towards the negativity of heavy music as being a bad influence on people. But for me, it's been a good influence. It's always been a cathartic way for me to express myself and actually feel better through this kind of productive, non-damaging art form. And it's really been a great anger management for me to actually be able to express myself through music and listen to aggressive music and just almost get inspired by it, as opposed to letting it get me down. It's actually done the opposite for me, which is interesting. I mean, I've had the opportunity to, and the privilege to be able to perform live, and that's a really good way to express yourself. But what I found works for me is if my mind is flooded with thoughts of despair, that weight of depression, I can't go on stage and perform. But when I consciously, before going stage, make the decision to use that as a way to get through it, and actually work at it and say, okay, I'm about to go on stage. This is an amazing opportunity for me. This is a great privilege for me to have this outlet. I'm making the decision right now to go get all of this out right now, as opposed to just going up there and trying to fake it and getting flooded with thoughts that aren't focused on the music or anything like that. I found that's really helpful. So I think just making conscious decisions to take productive steps towards getting better and using what you have to help you feel better, whether it's exercise or performance or writing music, really verbalizing it to myself and making that decision, I'm about to go take advantage of this opportunity to help me feel better, has really been important to me. Make the decision to get better, and then know it's going to take time and it's not going to be easy, but there are ways out, and it will get better. You matter, you're needed, you rock.